Hello everyone! Today I wanted to show you how I'm currently using my bullet journal this semester and the kind of changes I made from my previous scheme and planning system. So this bullet journal is the exact same bullet journal I showed you in my previous video on my bullet journal setup. It's a Leuchtturm 1917 and it's the official bullet journal edition. So if you want to see the main characteristics of this bullet journal and my full review on the notebook, you can check out the video I listed in the down bar below and see if it's the right bullet journal for you. So for this semester, I tried even more to keep a very simple way of planning all of my tasks and events. This is my current index. It still has a lot of blank spaces to fill in, but it's a very simple way of keeping track of the pages I've already written in, so I know how to refer back to information I need very quickly. After the index, you have one empty page that I still want to fill in with a motivational quote, and on the right side you have a very simple yearly overview called the future log, and it's just a spread for 2017, so I know when any major events will come up, any vacation, holidays, and so on. Right after my yearly overview, I start with my monthly spreads, and for this bullet journal I decided to keep all of my monthly spreads together in the beginning of my bullet journal, so whenever I need to plan or quickly refer back to some information, I can just open my notebook and I can see through my monthly spreads how busy I will be during the week and the kind of events, birthdays, meetings, and classes I will have for that month. And by flipping quickly through each month, I can have an overall notion of how my semester will be. In each one of these monthly spreads, I keep a very simple layout. So this left blank column is left for any notes or reminders I need to have for that particular month. And then you have the typical 2-page monthly spread where I fill in my boxes with all kinds of tasks and events I need to keep track of. After my monthly spreads, that's where I really started to play with the way I wanted to keep my weekly and my daily layouts. So for this part, this is not really a planning spread for my bullet journal, it's just a bunch of lists I had to write when I finished my last semester. This, for example, was a brainstorm of things I had to do for YouTube over the summer, and this was a list of things I had to buy for my new apartment when I moved into the capital, also over the summer. So after a bit of this randomness, this is also one of those brainstorming lists for my back to school series over the summer. I have a habit tracker that I actually copied from someone else on Pinterest and I really enjoyed it, and then I left a few blank pages for more habit trackers, but I actually haven't still filled in with the habit trackers for the following months because I'm being a very lazy person, so I still need to do that. Afterwards, I decided to experiment with a bit of like a weekly regular spread that you'd find in a regular planner, and I really didn't enjoy this. So as you can see, I wrote all the dates for the month of September, but I quickly abandoned this layout as I found that I wasn't too keen on the concept of pre-writing all the dates and writing and drawing all the layouts and only then filling in with the date as the month went by. So after I abandoned this more planned traditional layouts, I decided to go with only to-do lists, and this was a lifesaver for me. I always lost tons of times drawing layouts and planning spreads instead of really using my bullet journal, as a go-to reference system and planning system and task management organizer. So being able to do to-do lists all at once, all in a row, was the perfect organization method for me since the past month. It's a really simple system, it's not complex at all. I just write the header, and the header is the date of the day where I need to tackle all of those tasks, and then I start writing all the tasks I need to do They are not prioritized, they have no specific order, they're just things I need to do on that particular day and that I know I won't be able to avoid. So this is the layout I keep for all of my pages until today. Sometimes I have a little bit of changing. So for example, on the 22nd of September, I had to plan the filming for a very long video I made, which was Adulting 101. And I knew that when I was filming this, I had a ton of specific shots I had in mind and I wanted to film, so previously I wrote them down and then I indented them into the next paragraph, so I knew that all of these tasks were related to filming Adulting 101 video. Sometimes if I have lots of things to do on the same day, which was for example on the 2nd of October, I like to divide these tasks by header and categorize them by type or by topic. So for example, on the 2nd of October I had a few major tasks related to YouTube before, in the beginning, and then I had a ton of household chores that I had also to tackle in that day, some self-care chores, and a few things for my college classes. Sometimes I also pre-plan all the materials I need to read for college, so I keep track of all of the pages and all of the documents and files I need to annotate before I go to class, so I make sure that nothing is missing out. I know this is a really simple system, but I want to show you that for bullet journaling, you don't need to have a complex layout, fully decorated like you find on Tumblr and Pinterest, because bullet journaling is mainly a task management organizer, and that's what you need it for. You don't need to have a bullet journal to use as a creative outlet. If you are not a creative person, or if you don't like arts or doodling or drawing, you can use a bullet journal as simple as that, and this will be a lifesaver. If you have very portable size, you can keep it in your backpack or your handbag and then carry it around and use it to keep track of all the things you don't want to forget. As you can see, I planned for the entire month of October, and currently we are at October 25th as I'm filming this video, but I have a ton of tasks planned until October 31st. And after that I have a very simple monthly spread for November. And instead of the monthly spreads you saw before, this is a very simplistic way for me to know if I have any major classes, events, meetings, things like that going on, that I can simply fill in this list, and then I will start planning in a daily basis from that page on. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it was very simple, but if you did so, please subscribe and I'll see you next week. Bye!